Oh yeah, and they were trying to chocha you.
Me, I'm a stranger.
Umekaa sana bila mtu nini. How did you YouTube fam? And welcome to another episode of Live, Laugh, and Learn with the Peekays.
This time is the entire squad.
It's the entire squad.
Even
two
the young
who are
man.
happy,
yes,
and one who is in his feelings.
It's 2.5 adults. He has woken up just now, and because life has to continue, tunamkaribisha tu kwa set because he's part of this family.
Yeah, it's actually been a while.
So he'll be with you guys here.
Yeah.
Dog atakuwa sleepy here and there, but nonetheless, the boy is here.
Yeah, because I don't know what's happening with him. He's in a very horrible mood.
Yeah, you but it's him. It's Miguel for you. When he goes to a new place, before he gets used to that place, it takes a while. So even if he sleeps and you take him to bed, he will be he'll sleep for a while, wake up, come back, go sleep, come back again, like that. Anyway, enough about the story of Miguel.
Yeah.
So we are here to tell you about something. You can already see from the title of the video.
The title of the video. You know, the reason why we are deciding to tell you about, so the video is about like our dating journey and how it was, is because we realized that we have never told you guys about our dating story. Most of you know that. We piece
everything here and there.
Yes, we piece everything here and there, and it's not even on our channel.
Yeah, from KTN,
it's from interviews, from TV interviews, from other YouTube video interviews. Channels. We have never actually sat down to tell you guys who are our first priority, our first audience, because you are part of us and part of our family. We've never really told you how story yenye
where it all began.
Yeah.
Okay, some of you might know in bits and pieces.
Yes.
But at least putting it together in our channel, somewhere you can find it.
Yes.
I think we've never done that.
Yes.
And that's the very reason why we are here to tell you all about that. Where the Peekays or the Peekays were born.
Where the Peekays or the Peekays?
Yeah, where they were born.
The Peekays or the Peekays? The Peekays.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no other the Peekays. It's the Peekays.
No. There's the Peekays before Miguel and there's the Peekays after Miguel.
Oh yeah, then you should have finished the sentence. So
yes.
The Peekays before marriage, actually.
Which preempts and says before Miguel.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So I think the first thing.
What other things do married people do? Apart from sharing a bed and everything else.
Babies. Anyway, I think the first thing that you should know is that we are neighbors. I think most people don't know because we are always getting new following and audience. New people and new audience. People do not know, but at least once we have this video together of this whole journey and how it led us to where we are now, at least you guys will be able to know. So yes, we are neighbors. And not at neighbors for
same village, or same estate,
same town, same area. It's neighbors for neighbors. Like here is our house. We skip one house, and then here is
basically this is it. Because from where we come from, people don't have houses or plots. We have, land. It's just basically in land.
Yeah.
So it's one block of land. Then there's another one in between. Our place and their place. So we're just like immediate neighbors. Like from our place, I can just call her from our place. And
we can see...
I can see what's happening.
At their place. Like I can see the fire. The person who has lit the fire. If they have lit a fire, I can know.
Or am I there? Somebody who's present at home.
Yes, I can. Like that, we were just trying to describe how much of neighbors we are. It's not neighbors for the same town or area. So yeah, so you, babe, how did you get to know me, first of all? As much as we are neighbors, we didn't know each other. I think people,
at the same time,
very important to know that. It didn't mean that we knew each other.
Yeah, we never grew up together. Actually, as we moved there way much later.
Oh, yes. Even us, we never used to live like in that place. That place now where we are neighbors.
Yes.
We used to live in another town.
Yes.
And you used to live like in a whole other town before you moved.
Yes.
So who moved first? Did you move first? Because I was
We moved first.
You moved first?
Yes.
But then as we were now building.
Yes. We moved first. You were not even begun building at that point.
Oh, it was just
when we
land.
moved. Yes.
So we were still in the other town.
Yes, we moved and we come to... Now we moved to this new place. Now we have to find a place. You have to find... My mother is a member of the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, PCA. And so you have to find a church in a school, because now she moved there because now she had been posted there for her work. The minister had sent her there because what she was doing then, that was her new area. Just like our teacher or a doctor would be sent to a different town, and you have to move with your family. And so, well, we tried to be left behind, and she would go for work and come and meet us, but then it became a hassle too much. And so they resolved.
It is quite a distance.
Yes, we resolved now because we had another plot where we were coming from. So they found it fit to just sell that plot and now buy the new land now that we have, where we are currently now staying now. Where now,
so now
we will come and meet you much, much later. My first encounter of how I would meet you is now that we found a church.
Yes.
We would now, one of the days, I think, Villa 2, you just go to a church or to a school or to any community. And then maybe you click with a certain person or people or a family or such.
Yes.
And so somehow, as you are very young, I think I was in class 3 or class 4, somewhere there.
Then I should have been very, very young.
You're extremely young, because that was 19.
You probably didn't even know me.
No, I did, because I was old enough. At least by then I was almost what? I was 11 years then. So 11 years I can be able to tell. So my mother now clicked with your mom, and as we fellowshiped in the church that we used to go to. And one of these Sundays, she invites us for lunch after church. Like, we can just pass by and have lunch.
At the hospital place where we used to stay, because my mom was a nurse.
Yes.
My mom was a nurse, so they had these houses they were given for the nurse in charge to stay in. So we were staying in that house. So it was just next to the hospital.
House.
Yes, the brick house. So that's where you came for lunch.
That's where you came for lunch.
I've never heard this story.
Why? And that's the first time I saw you, and now your elder brother.
When you've been saying the story, or in the TV stations and wherever.
It's there. You need to listen to it.
No, you always say it's where you saw me with the gold dress.
Now that's how I now.
Because when you were seeing me in the gold dress.
That's my first encounter of you. Now in a different light now, not just as a person.
Oh, okay. Me, I thought that's where you saw me the first time, like in the gold dress, because now that time we had already moved now properly to the other place.
Yes. So that's how I first saw you.
Okay.
The very first time I saw you. But there was nothing. We just came for lunch and we were done and we went. And now fast forward from there, the next time I saw you a second time. Now this I'm talking about how I first saw you. Because now we don't know each other. You came down with one of your uncles who was hanging around. Yes, you and Lex, you came. And by then, you were beginning to build.
Yes.
And us, we were building then.
Yes.
So I remember he used to come a lot at home and see what's happening, and he would tell us what you're planning to do or what's planned to be done at home and such like things. So every time you come down, you and him and Lex, you'd pass by. But now, fast forward, so now I've finished, I think I've finished now school and have left.
Yes,
primary school. Now for high school, not like home, for high school, we went to a boarding school.
So all this time now you've left for high school, I don't know you. I only know Bob and Morris at that time.
Yes, now this is in Form 1. This is in Form 1. This is in Form 1.
Me in Form 1 or you?
No, me in Form 1.
Me this whole time, I don't know you. I think I knew you after high school, after your high school. I didn't know you in high school.
No, you knew me even in high school. Towards the, I think in Form 3 or Form 4 thereabout.
Hata ukiwa ushaenda kazi, ushakuja sasa Nairobi. Hey.
Nairobi, I came much later.
I don't know, but
so this is it. So I think we'll cram it. We'll get to it.
We'll go back to the roots. But the thing is, we never, as much as we were neighbors, you see all those dynamics, and that is why we are bringing you through that kajani, that nitty-gritty of how, of how now we never used to know each other. You know, when you think of neighbors, you think, those ones, they've known each other forever. But apparently, we never knew each other. Especially for me, I came to know about him much. I used to hear there is a Kiama, but I've never even paid attention. The only people we were very, very close with is Morris and Bob.
Yeah.
Because now we were around home at the same time, around the same time. Yeah. So those are the ones I knew. Now, how did I come to know about you? Now, was it in high school or was it where? But, and I've said this in a few of the stations that we have done interviews, but I knew him when he was beaten by our dog. Now, we had very, very, what is it called? Mbwa kali. Dangerous dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, and one day, I don't know what happened that you were beaten by the dog.
I was just coming home. We used to come and chill. And
by then you were very, very tight with my mom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was just coming. We used to, when I'm done, I'll just come. Probably just come and say hi, and just pass by, we chill, and then I go back home. So I think one of the days you have changed the person when you're in charge of the homestead. You know, you used to have these hard boys who used to be around, who are in charge. They feed the dogs, they make sure the gates are closed, and then they would open for the dogs. No, because he only at night. So I think had not said I am coming, and he did not know that I am coming, or I have a habit of coming. So I just walked in like I normally do. Wow. So mimi ningetuka mlango hivi na mbwa na mimi nayo.
Yeah.
Unaenda wapi? So it just ducked on my the part here.
Yeah,
this is called
squembe.
The squembe, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it bite off the meat?
No,
or
it did not bite off. I could manage because also my adrenaline told me to run to the door and just enter in the house. But I think I was not faster to avoid that. So it had a bit of some scrapes there. And so that's how now I had to be, because now your mom now had those and that cannot just be an ordinary run, yeah, a dog just moving around the compound. Something is up. So when she came and found out now then, because now you have said she was a nurse.
Yeah.
So now she quickly now resolves now to attend to that or dress the wound. Blah, blah, blah.
And now you used to come to get the wound dressed for a couple of days, no?
Yes.
It's very important that we
what she told
this
me
story, so that we are going to relive these memories here, even for our children to watch, Kida Miguel. Because these memories just go fading off and off and off. I
told her I don't want to get a tetanus jab. And so she told me to be coming for dressing.
What do you want, Baba? You want what?
Phone.
You want phone? Yes.
So saying, so now mimi nikamwambia I don't want to go and get it, because she told me I have to go and get a tetanus jab in a rabies. I told her I don't want that. So now I had to come every evening for the dressing. Because I did not take a tetanus jab, neither did I take a rabies jab.
Yeah. Till date, he's afraid of injections.
Yeah.
They are your worst.
So that's how we had a house agreement that we will just do a what? Dressing like every day.
Yeah. So now, when you are coming, I think I was home at the time. So that's when I came to know, the other boy at the Mama Karenga's household has been beaten by a dog, and I have never met him. So
because you don't have a girl.
Yeah, there were only 3. And remember, I know Maurice, I know Bob. So you had never met. So now, when you are coming is when like I get a chance to, so this is the Kiama, like I've never met, I've never seen. Okay, sawa sawa. And I think at that point, I don't know at which point we started talking. By the way, this is so long ago, guys. It is so long ago. Then that is why it is very important we put these memories here so that we can remember, because zinaendanga tu zikifade. Yeah, so I don't know at what point we started talking. But I remember when I was now in high school, I think you had already finished.
Now, after my high school, I left to go and help my grandmother, and a bit now, because there was that transition back then. As before you transition to campus, there used to be 2 years. You'd be just be there, just idle around. So I went to Shusho. We stayed with Shusho for a while. Just before now, I moved now and now went on to my tertiary education. I came back home.
Yes, now that is where I would meet now. This is now where I remember clearly, like we actually had a conversation.
Yes.
And I remember I was trying to hook you up with my bedmate. Her name was Beatrice.
Now what happened, this is it. So what happened, the backstory is that because now you guys were close with my brothers, so me I've come as a stranger.
Oh yeah, and they were trying to chocha you.
Me, I'm a stranger.
Umekaa sana bila mtu nini. And I was like, yeah, and at that time, you know, I used to be very, very funny still till date. So we used to make a lot of jokes. I was like, no, don't stay like that. I will look for someone for you. I even gave you a picture. You remember I asked for her passport. Actually, by then it was a serious thing. You remember when I was trying to hook you up with my deca?
Well, I can't remember because I think I was not as serious as it was. Me, I was not in it.
So at that point, had you started knocking me? Ulikuwa umeanza kuninoki. Yes, because it was after the gold dress. So at the gold dress...
The gold dress was during your aunt's wedding.
That's when you started seeing me in a light of a lover.
Yes, that period, now when you came back. So what I was saying is that now that is where it all began. That's how we began talking now, at that point. Yeah, when you and Kina Bob together. Because I came back home just before Christmas.
Yes, this time I'm hooking you up. That's when we had an actual conversation. You know,
exactly.
The way you meet someone, mnapitana maybe hi and whatever, but I don't recall any...
Yes.
I don't have any record in my mind of me and you having a conversation other than that time for Christmas when I was trying to hook you up with my deca mate.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's how where it all began.
Oh, so
before this we had not talked. But we were very close. Me, Made, and Shiko and Carol, because now we used to meet from time to time because we were around the same age. Because we were in the same class with Shiko, by the way.
Yeah.
For that matter.
Yeah.
Well, same class.
Yeah. So you had already started seeing me like that, maybe or maybe not. And that I think you are trying to get close to me by having that conversation of girlfriend and whatever. That's why it was not important to you what I was saying. But me, I was actually very serious. Me, I was hata sikuwa na kunotice, by the way.
Yeah, I was not even. I was
So me, I was on Operation Get Kiama a girlfriend, and this girlfriend will be my deca mate because she alikuwa na miwani. She even gave me a passport photo. Was that is the assignment you guys gave me? Go to school, talk to her. I talked to her. I told her at the time you were doing law. I told her this a guy is doing law and what have you. But they guys, yes, this guy has done a little bit of law. Story for another day. So I told, and she was interested.
Long story.
Yeah, long story. And she was very, very interested. Hey, lawyer, nini. So I said they requested for a passport photo. So when I came for midterm, but then it was something that progressed for very long. I gave you the photo, wakachambua hapo, so you know how Bob and Morris walikuwa wakachambua kale kapicha nini. Yani tukaanza kuongea, tukaanza kumake fun hapo, na hiyo ikaisha hivyo. Then I gave you, I think I even exchanged your numbers. I don't know what happened after that with Beatrice. What happened after Beatrice?
Who was Beatrice?
Beatrice was the girl I was trying to hook you up with.
I don't even know what happened. We never talked. I did not even register.
Babe, I think that is where you twisted the... Because I think mom gave me a phone, right? At that key moment. So that when I would come home, I had a Alcatel fulani, but nilikuwa naiacha narudi shule. So sasa maybe I think tulikuwa tunaongea hapo ndo uli twist ka story.
Now we spoke one of the holidays when or a midterm when you went home. Now,
yes.
Now picking up from the same story, but now the same story changed.
Yes.
Because I remember you asked me kama tuliongea. We had never talked or anything, and that was it.
And that was ended, and I think it ended.
I forgot that. And me, I was not at this point. I'm not even there.
Yeah, you are here.
No. I'm here, but partially again, I'm not. So I'm saying, at this point, at me, I'm not that serious because now I have a lot of things to do at this point because
now life has started lifing on your end.
Yeah, pretty much you can say that because you can say that because first of all I'm a firstborn. Then I'm in a land that I know nothing. I have to now to begin from scratch. And a lot was happening at that point. So, but now when you come now to the new environment you're coming into, that there's a lot happening. Now you have to I think the environment inakuchallenge. Unajiuliza, by the way, here talking about this, that.
What's this, that?
See, this one has a girlfriend, this one has a girlfriend, this one has a what, this one has... So you see now, you said now sit back and asking yourself, okay, so you piece two and two together. You know what happens? The very first now, the person you talk to a lot is the person you tend to mostly now start assume that we are in a relationship in your brain. So now nimesema, so that's, so hiyo ndio the challenge now imekuja, una feel now there's that need. Nasikia sasa because now tulikuwa tunaongea, to speak quite a lot. Because now at this point we're not talking akina Shikwen what food not. So this is it. So I'm saying that now at this point now umeanza kufikiria, oh, so this is a thing that happens. I think by then I was going to 2021 somewhere there. Actually I'm 21 at this point. So hapo ndio sana nakufikiria kujua like, oh yeah, so this happens because nasikia from now the peers, nasikia, I can hear, I can learn. So that's where it all began now. Now seriously now, because at this point, other than now, the classmates who I went to school with, I did not have what I can say, other external female friends at this point.
Oh, okay.
And you see now, you cannot go through school with the same person and still want to date the same person and marry the same person.
So I was common. The next target.
Not target per se. Maybe you just came online at the right time. So maybe it was the right time.
I was in line.
Right time. Yes, so that's how it for me it all began now. At that point, seeing you now in that light. This is
so
now.
For me, I'm not seeing you in that light ever. Me, I don't know. Mliambiana Jena Beatrice, probably it was just a joke. Like I was just like, whatever, man.
We never even spoke.
Now, when to me I started being in that light is when we went with Catherine to take her to school. So now, remember my mom and PK are tight, are very, very tight. Like mom trusts PK with everything, like go check for me, kama mtu wa job amefanya job yake, ama saa ile hakuna mtu wa job, go lock for me, go do for me this, nikamulie, nifanyie, like, and they are, they are, at this point even my mom has saved him as Kiamasan.
Hata tunampikia chapati, tunapiga story hapo politics, because pia haikuwa na mtu anapenda current affairs. I don't know how that of you is interested in current affairs. Not Lex, not you, not Caro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they were very, very tight. That is what we are trying to say. They were very, very tight friends from the, and this whole time even their friends, wako friends na huko, mi hata sijaanza kumjua, like najua tu ni whatever. So now mom tells me tupeleke Catherine. Catherine was my cousin. She was going to...
No, Catherine is your cousin.
Oh, she's my cousin. Sorry, Catherine.
She was my cousin.
Catherine is my cousin. So alikuwa anaenda boarding. She was starting her boarding school and her parents were not available to take her. They were in Nairobi. At this time we were in Ushago in Nyeri. So, and there was nobody, and she was at work. There was nobody to take her to school that day. And we were the only ones available. And then it was my alumni school.
Actually, was she at work ama she was at home na alikuwa anaenda shift ya jioni?
Yeah, kitu kama hiyo kwa sababu tulimpitia jioni tukirudi.
Yes, she was at home but she was getting ready for her evening shift. Yes.
Yeah, so now there was nobody to send and it was my alumni school. So who is the best person to send? Who will go and know who will show her around, who will show Catherine around?
The alumni.
But then I think is she the one who gave me the idea, or how did we end up going together?
This is how we ended up going together. I came home. I don't know what I'd come to do at home.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I'd come to do at home. Either get something or return something or
just
I don't
visit.
know. No, it was in the middle of the day, so I must have come for something or I was returning something home. So, and then obviously when I came, hata kama ajui, maybe it's a jembe or it's the folk jembes, I'll bring it.
Because in Ushago we borrow, that's how Ushago operate. We borrow each other's stuff. Tunambana chumvi, hadi makaa, hadi nini, hadi majembe na mapanga. That's what.
So it must have been one of those. But then lazima in an African home, you must have been, you're told, please have sit and have a cup of tea.
And you are a tea fan.
Yes. So, Mazitu angeniona tu hivi, she knew immediately is called the person who is around and ask if there is tea. Hiyo ilikuwa sure bet. So of course I'll not go out saying I'll see come and say hi, and then ndasikia mitanda kuna chai, ngoja tu tunakaa tunapiga story. So that is how now I end up being roped into the idea of
helping me to take Catherine, because you see now she's joining boarding for the first time, so she has these boxes,
and I'm the adult.
She has a new uniform, she has new stuff, shopping, nini, and I am, I'm the only one available. There was no one else who was available, so we had to go with him. Is it mom who suggested, or it is? No, it couldn't have been me.
No, it's not you. It is us who agreed.
All of us. Okay.
No. You were not there. Me and her, because we were there sitting room taking tea.
Okay.
And then she told me, I can even assist in taking them to school. I'm done with my day job.
Yeah.
So that's how we went.
So that is how we ended up being told by my mom to take Catherine to school. So yes, so it is agreed upon, and everyone is, looked into the idea, in agreement that we are taking Catherine to school. And so that is what we do. The place she was going to was in like the township. Yes. Or the centership.
Yes.
So it was like 10 kilometers from where we stood. So we take a mat, we go, and we leave and make sure that Catherine is settled in school, she's checked nini, ako admitted, tumemwacha, ako sawa. And then now, my mom used to work in a hospital that was in the same township. Like it was just a walking distance. So we decide, we go past by, venye tu beba amesema that mom was working that night shift.
Yes.
So already it has become night or dark.
It's around 6. Actually 6, yes.
Yes. So now we walk back, pass through we finished with Catherine. We go to the hospital to say hi to my mom. We've left Catherine in good hands. She's okay. And now let us go back home. That's tumeacha mom hosi. And then we decide we are not going to take a mat. Let us just walk and just talk. Like now this is where now I want to, it's
actually,
just a neighbor.
Actually,
So
we did not decide.
What happened?
Fate had it, because what happened, there were no, in the village, there were no cars that
yes,
go back down the roads.
Time ya kamat kamoja.
Yeah, once you're done for the day, that's it.
So I think we decide let's walk, yenye itatupata kwa barabara.
It's fine.
Itupate. So let's start walking. Because by the way, there was no way I could have decided to walk with you. And if it was Bob or Morris, would have walked due to tunacheka nini because of their sanguine nature and whatever. But you, I didn't really understand what kind of a character you are. Nilikuwa nakusikia tu. So now we decide to walk back, and we walk and we walk. Gari inakuja, and we walk and we walk and we walk. Now during that walk, remember it's a 10-kilometer walk.
No, it's
but
2
people
kilometers.
Walk. Oh, it's 10 kilometers from Kiawara.
Yes.
That's what I'm confusing. It's 2 kilometers. So it's like a not long and not short walking distance. So we are walking, gari haikuji, but we are walking and talking. Now during this talk, do you remember, shall I say the contents of the talk?
Ahead. Go
because that is where now I started now seeing this guy, the way he was painting and the way he was talking. And Babe is a very philosophical guy. Like if you don't catch what he's saying in his philosophies, hiyo imekupita na inaenda hivyo.
Piero Lumumba.
Yes, he will not say something straight at you. Nimekuwa nikikunoki, nimekulike, nimekunini. But I remember so well, you painted for me a picture of how you would like your future. And I think we also talked about Beatrice. That is where you told me now, I don't want to get married. I just want to get 2 girls with very beautiful hair. Like, this guy, he had it all planned out. Yeah. How his future was going to look like.
But as you can see, Miguel has a beautiful hair.
And then we are blessed with,
but he has beautiful hair.
Yeah. And then he paints for me a picture. So now he's telling it to me in rounds and circles, but I can kind of understand what he's saying. But I also don't want to believe that what you're saying is what you're saying to me, because you are the last person I was expecting for you to tell me that. Allah. And then now is when now I start seeing you, seeing you in now a different light. I'm like, wow, this guy has his... he has it all together. He has his nini all together. And you said how, you'd like, if ever you are to get to marry a person, you'd like to treat them nicely, and, they're not coming to get married to you. I remember these words very well. Now, this one I clearly remember. How you wouldn't want for them to come and be your dishwasher or washing machine, how you'd respect them and treat them nicely, and what. And that, let me tell you, that one, that moment where your knees get weak. And I remember at this time...
Would tell them if that's the truth. Mambo kwa ground.
Wait first we reach. And that just put a very high standard mark that no one has ever gotten to get there. And that is when I realized And then now, at this time, we have already walked. Unajua now, before ukate makona, you had talked a lot. But by the time sasa una get to ile sasa point ya, you know, sasa itoke. And then you finished with, and I would like for you to be the lady who I am talking about in this picture. So
that was a whole novel.
It's a poem, my goodness. A whole novel.
Okay.
And this whole time to
then, when I used to write, when I used to be
and then now that is like basically you proposed, like you want me to be your girlfriend, but in a philosophical way. Like till date, baby, is still philosophical, but I got to learn that about him and take him as is. And true to his word, venye anasema, wacha sasa kwanza to fast forward to now. True to his word, it is the standard that he has kept. Everything that he said, he has kept it. You see, the way he does two things for me, he makes breakfast for me, he helps me around, acts of service, nini. Those are the same things that he told me on that night. I remember it was dark, and I could not even see your face nicely, because by the time we are getting home,
the handsome kijana, this handsome
yes,
boy.
And now that's when I started seeing his handsomeness. Nikaanza kuona kona dimples. Nikaanza kuona ni mweupe.
That's why I tell these boys out here, mwache hizo tabia. Stop those habits you have of promising girls heaven.
So and giving them hell.
So just not only we are giving them, so you just get them to, you just sleep with them, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
And then that's it, done. We need something, just mean it, because that way we'll create a better society for ourselves for our children. Thank you very much, guys.
I really thank God. I really thank God that he really, not to mean that our dating journey was smooth, of course, but he really kept to his word. And that is when I understood why. Now this guy, macho ikafunguka sasa, nikaanza kumuona fugo. And we started, I had the Alcatel, we started texting here and there, and then I had to go back to school. I remember even there was a time you ironed for, was it that time? Yeah. No, it was another time.
When did you move to your second school? Because the uniform I ironed. No. It was the blue one.
It was the blue one, or
yes,
it was the green one?
The blue one.
It was the green one, babe.
No, I even ironed the blue one.
Because I went to 2 high schools.
Yes.
Story for another day. Anyway, so that's when now, we started talking
But now the next holiday that followed, you are not to come home. You went to your auntie's place.
Yes, and we continued to text. This guy would wake me up in the morning with a kipoem. Sa hiyo, niko na katule tu taka. You remember those two phones?
But then we did not have so many smartphones. Even me had a Nokia.
Hey, you had the colored one. It even had a radio and 2 earphones. Hey,
2310.
Watu walikuwa wanakuogopa aje kwa kijiji. Uko na kasimu, kakona earphones. Unaenda
ukina FM.
Ulikuwa unawatishia ni aje, alafu umekuwa wa Nairobi. Alafu umekuwa mweupe hujachomeka na jua kama sisi wa ushago. Ulikuwa unatishia aje. But anyway, we continued, texting. Now he became officially my boyfriend. But I remember I was in Narumoru in Form 2. Yeah. Yes. When you were sending me, I think now we started dating when I was in Form 1. Guys, imagine. Those are how many years ago? That was 2000 and miaka ni mingi, because we can't even remember we've dated for how long, but it has been more than 10 years.
Actually 12 and now 13 years.
So Form 1, he would send me cards, with the nice written love notes and cards and birthdays and what have you. Hey, kijana, me, I was falling head over heels. Form 2, the same, you'd send me 2 cards. Hey, and then now that's when I transferred. In Form 3, I transferred now to the other school.
Yeah.
And you continued, I would sneak. Hapo unajua nilikuwa jangili kidogo. Nilikuwa na sneak simu na kutext na kucall.
By the way, I remember this was 2000.
Unashangaa hii ni namba nilikuwa nakupigia na namba.
So many numbers. Then I'm like, hata unashindwa now, I can't save any number now.
Yeah, because we used to sneak phones in school and call. Anyway, my first was...
And you had a friend who was called Halima.
Halima, there was Umi, there was wote ndo walikuwa clique yangu ya ku sneak phone, and they all knew about you. And then you even came for visiting day.
Yeah, one day. And we came 3 of us. Me, Madhe, na Alex.
Imagine. na kina Munyi. That's
why we went to spend the night.
Imagine he came, now everyone in high school, because everyone knew PK. Yani PK alikuwa jina. By the way, if you were in high school, a book comment down below. Na kuna mtu aliniambia, by the way, mkioana na PK, ukuje nikupatie dhao. Unajua hiyo time dhao ilikuwa pesa mingi. What was EJ, if you are watching this video, uliniambia. Because everyone, I was so in love with PK. Kila mtu alikuwa, the whole high school. So, can you imagine sasa PK amekuja visiting. Alikuwa amengojewa. Wacha watu wampende. Kijana mweupe ako na dimples. Hey, sasa akuja hapo na 2 earphones na nini. Wacha to fall in love. And by the way, the whole of that high school now, you were my boyfriend.
Yeah, whole of high school life.
Yes. I didn't know any other.
Yeah. So anyway, by now now it has already begun. Ishaenda sasa, we are already far too gone.
Nimetoka shule. And then now I'm supposed to go to campus. And who is up and down?
Before you go to campus, now because when you finished high school, back in our days, I think you guys ulipata ikiwa even shorter, the period you used to stay at home.
Oh yeah.
Because the period now, the high school and you're at home. And we had there's a habit we used to have. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when I used to go home to visit Mother or go home and see what's happening down there and come back.
Yeah.
So we had a habit, and I introduced her to we had some very expensive chewing gums.
And then this guy has been expensive from the word go. He has been
very expensive chewing gums.
He's a brand person. So he used to introduce me to so many nice things.
Like
pizza, KFC, manini, mimi nimezikulia na huyu mse. KFC, Galitos,
like I introduced you to pizza in Galitos, Domino's, Planet Yogurt.
This guy, let me tell you, he used to spoil me.
So I used to buy that chewing gum for purpose. Not for purpose per se. It was just for fun. Because that's I don't know what was the whole notion about us exchanging chewing gums. Not the ones in the packet, but the ones you already chewing them out.
So we will talk about that in the next episode, where we'll be talking about our celibacy journey.
Yeah, so but I'm just saying that because that was a habit I used to have. I used to nikipita, and then there used to be.
And then you used to wear nice perfumes. Like I still remember. The perfumes you used to wear.
Expensive perfumes then.
Very nice perfumes. Like where I remember. And then you used to come home, we bake together, we talk,
The weekend is why dash back. So anyway, so that was a part of the ritual now, because before now you get to campus.
Yeah.
So me at this point now I'm here, I'm on this side.
Yes.
So it's your time now to transition now to campus.
Yes.
But it's no longer at this point.
Yes.
Because you changed your course for like 3-4 times.
4 times. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mara began to do
events management. There was no campus that was offering that. I went to hotel and tourism.
Whatever it was called, I can't remember what it's called.
I applied, it took long, and then I applied to the third.
You went to nursing.
And then I applied to. And who is doing all these errands for me? It's this guy. When I was in Kitengela at Kinashikos. Was I in Kitengela ama Ngong Road?
I don't know where you were, but what I know is that I'm doing this run every time. Because I even went once
to the office.
And we met with one of my cousins we met with in KU.
Yes.
Nikienda, so na wonder, what's up?
So alikuwa anaenda kuniangalilia barua yangu kama imerudishwa, if I could start already on the course that I had applied. This guy. Let me tell you, unakumbuka kale kapicha alinipea pale, like he's living it 100%. I'm like, hey, this guy, this one. I'm getting married to this one. So he would run. And remember, they are talking with mom. Mom is thinking, I don't know if mom suspected. I don't know. But at this time, he's running errands until I settled now in campus now.
Yes. So now in campus, settled fully, and life is going on. So now, because I am working at this point. Okay, not working per se, what you'd call now, they're calling now hustling. You've just begun now your entry point into the marketplace. But I don't know where to get a lot of money, by the way.
Because you never used to spend.
But I'm saying whatever I used to get then was quite some good money, because I used to also to be able to buy such expensive things like perfumes and everything else.
I used to spend.
I used to spend a lot of money. So I'm hustling. The economy at that point was not as bad as it is right now. So however much that you'd make, that was good enough for you to be able to afford. We did not have taxes on such like things like perfumes, and so they were not as expensive as they are right now.
Yeah.
So maybe got a range of 7,000, 9,000 shillings somewhere there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now this is when in first year we used to do.
Now in first year,
yeah.
now because now you have settled, you're already understand your timetable of how now your classes are moving
and I'm living
and everything
with my
else.
auntie.
And now because now of the busy nature ya workplace, you have to work. So you used to meet on Fridays because Friday is when you had a class, only a morning class,
Yes,
and then
the afternoon was free.
is free.
Yeah.
So we used to meet from 3, 4, depending on what is happening.
Yes.
Whether I am free early or not, then I would leave as early as 3 p.m. would meet. If not, at 4. Because again, also you don't meet at 6 because you can't go back to your aunt's house. So
Yes, because I was not
at
living in
9.
a hostel. Yeah, I was living with my aunt.
So we had to make it before 6. We are done.
Yes.
So that you go.
No, you take me. You used to zindikisha me all the way mpaka to Gumba Estate. Hapo unalikuwa unaniachia I think pale kwa gate.
Hapo kwa the gate,
Yes.
the chuma
we
gate.
We walk together because Homeland we used to go to Homeland and we will go back there one day.
Yeah.
Right? I wish you used to take pictures because we don't have pictures already.
There's a lady who used to serve us there who had
Jackie, I think was her name. I don't know. So yeah, so we would do our little dates on Friday. Every Friday I knew it is a date with my love. Hey, everyone in campus, nini nini. So we would meet on Fridays and then he takes me back home and we would talk throughout the week and all that and all that. But then something happened. We broke up for our very first time.
Yeah.
We broke up. Was it for the first time, Mama?
In the second year?
In high school, there was somewhere we had a disconnect.
No, it's
in high school.
It's not in high school. It is in campus because I'm
the
one who was looking for you in campus. So there's no way we fell out in campus.
So we had our first falling out. That's why we keep telling people. We keep saying that we have dated for. We are not sure how long we've dated, but it is 10 plus years. But because we had a falling out of 3 years from now first year, we would then come to meet again when I was in 4th year. No, in 3rd year, we tried dating.
It was 2 years.
We tried dating, I think 1 month, 2 months, or a few months. We fell out again. We broke up again. Because we met in 2015. From 2012, nimeingia campus 2012.
Yeah.
We broke up.
So those are 2 years, yes. It's okay. Yeah, I remember.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 years zikienda kuisha. Then we met again in 2015 around June. Right? We tried.
Actually, it was in August because that very year in June you were doing an activation in Kirogoya.
Yes, that's when hiyo time unaniambia happy birthday and all that.
I actually called you to ask you.
No, that was 2016, babe. Nikifanya activation June, nilijoin Blaze 2016.
Okay.
So 2015, I don't know how, we just met, we went for a date here and there, we just started talking out of the blue. We tried that's when I was in attachment, pale IAT. Yeah, so we were in a situationship. Your time we are trying to figure things out. Where have you been 3 years down the line?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, and then we fell out, or we can't call it breaking up because we were never really. Amma, what do you say? Me, that's okay. Let me give my version. So we met. We had a situationship, and then we fell out.
I can't. Okay. That part I can't. Okay. That part so I can't quite remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah, we fell out. So, but I remember we did not talk to each other until the other year. Now that's where you're saying about Blaze. Nikiwa Kirogoya, tulikuwa tunafanya activation ya Blaze. Blaze nilianza 2016. So it must be 2016 August is when now we started talking. You started sorting my KRA. It was the last day of KRA, June 30th.
Yeah.
And you started sorting me, you sorted, and then you promised me cake, and then now that's when.
It was lunch which we met now.
And then we
August.
never talked again after that August. After that lunch we met in 2016. For some reason, we never talked again. So you see, that's why we are never able to connect there's a lot that happened between that key period. We were in and out.
Can't quite remember personally.
Yeah, but again in 2016, now in December, you remember when we were buying t-shirts at Kiawara?
Yeah.
When we met home.
That was Bob's son
baptism. Then we met again and we started talking juju.
Yes.
But when now we came back in Nairobi in 2017 is when now we officially, I think January 12th, if I cannot forget, because we were going for then because I graduated he did not even come for my graduation. By the way, bado nimekatch your story.
Guys,
because we were in such
a
place that we were not even understanding each other. We are in a situationship, but we want to be in or we want to be out. But now in 2017 is when we began the journey afresh, which now led into ratio into marriage. Well, babe, naona hata ukumbuki. Ama you have another version?
No, I'm just trying to figure out that part of falling out.
Because hiyo 2015 tulika maybe from junior time ya 18 nini tukakuwa kwa situationship, then we fell out really bad that time, and then after December we never even talked again. Now we never talked again. Sasa nika join Blaze, tukarudi kuongea tena uko June 30th. Mambo ya KRA, and you just need me from the blues. It was, I think, my birthday or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
And then you promised me sijui lunch, and then you kept quiet. Ukaenda tena off the grid.
Yeah.
Tukakuja kumeet sasa kwa nini ya Bob. Hiyo time yote hatujaongea from June.
That was in December now.
Yeah,
from August to December.
Tukaongea nini, I think I bought you some t-shirts. I don't know. It was such a hazy place. But year 2016 I think now we started developing
an oversized t-shirt.
Yeah. We still have those t-shirts still did.
Yeah.
So kila mtu amekuwa kwa their feelings. I think tumetembea dunia mzima tukaona hey, kisima ni kile cha kwanza. So I think tukarudi kwa kisima ya kwanza. In 2017 now is when we had a conversation. We started now dating ile
we went back on track.
Yeah, we went back on track and we just came back and we decided this is it. We even decided we go home, tell our parents. Now that other part is the part now we shall continue to give it to you.
Yeah, from
now
there.
A series, tuambie rorasho, tuambie wedding, tuende.
Now the whole journey up until
now the whole journey. But we really needed to give you an overview of how our dating life was. That is why sometimes when you ask us tulianza kudate when, I know it was in Form 2 rather, juu ndo ilianza kabisa kwa hapo ndo tulipeleka Catherine. Ilikuwa Form 2. So Form 2 it was like 10 years. So hapo kwa 2015 tulifall out na tukafall out 2016. Hapo ndo atujuangi vizuri sana what happened because we were in such a situationship. Ilikuwa we were broken, there was a lot happening at that time.
Yeah.
So we are never able to tell did we date, but we've dated 10 years plus. I feel like I'm the one who has talked so much in this video.
Yeah, it's okay because now you have most of the details about that. You know, for us, we don't keep this asana. But it's so good that we have done this. I feel like we needed to document this, not even for content purposes. Yes, of course, for our audience, but also for us and for our children. Because this story inaendanga ikifade. The further you go, you forget how
what happened. And this is something I'd never like to forget. So I'm so happy that we've documented it.
Absolutely.
For ourselves, for our children, and for our
But we shall revisit that story and put those parts when you had to sure about, we try and piece them together and find out where we... the final details, not only for the record or for the content purposes, but also for ourselves also.
Yes.
To have clarity of what happened all that period.
Na hiyo time hatukuwa na masimu za mapicha, we would take pictures and all that. Like we were all from the village, so we just had these two bambes and whatever. But anyway, it was a beautiful journey.
It still is even today.
Yes. I'm saying like for that dating part,
yes.
It was a beautiful journey. Everything that you promised, the man that you were your time, is still the man that he is now. And so
Thank God. We thank God for that.
Yes.
I love you right back. Thank you very much. Also for, holding me in my philosophical nature and everything in between there.
And a lot that happened. By the way, there's a lot of
continues.
Like nitty-gritties that we have not like addressed in detail, but those I think are for us to know and for us to know.
Viva guys. A luta continua.
So let us know if you are excited to walk this journey with us up to now. Because we have never really told you our journey, the journey to where we are now, to the Peekays with, even Miguel with, you know, all that journey. Let us know if you're excited to hear about that.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
Yes, I know it has been a long video, but I think let us end it here. Sindio?
Absolutely. Cut, guys. And so from here, we shall do what?
See you in the next episode of Live, Love, and Learn. Bye.